Hey, it's Heidi from A Lively Hope, and today we're going to make a fun watercolor card set. So I just have this easy to find watercolor paper. I've got my paintbrush and water, and I love these praying watercolors for helping kids learn how to paint with watercolor. So first thing we're going to do is cut this in half the short way. Hamburger way, is that what that's called? So it's 12 inches long, so I'm going to cut it at 6 inches here. And then fold each of those sides in half. This is going to be your card, and you want the bumpy side of the paper out. So this is the smooth side, that's the inside of the card. The bumpy side is out. Has the bumps so that it can hold on to your paint and keep your paper from getting all wrinkly. If you've ever painted on regular copy paper, you know what I mean. So we're going to do 2 heart cards for Valentine's Day, or just for whenever. One will be painting the actual heart, and one will be painting around the heart. You'll see how this goes. So with my pencil, I have this cookie cutter. You could also just draw a heart. I'm going to center the heart and then trace very, very lightly around on each card. You could do this with any shape cookie cutter. You can make Halloween cards or flower cards or gingerbread man cards, whatever you want to make. So for this one, it's kind of hard to see the pencil line, but you're going to take your water and your paintbrush and fill in the inside of the heart. And as you go, you're going to go very carefully right up to the edge of the heart. It's a little tricky to see. I'm going to adjust my light here and see if that helps. Okay, so then watercolor is so fun because you can blend it all sorts of ways. So the reason that you put the water down so carefully and come right up to the edge of the heart is that because the pigment, the paint, will not go onto dry paper. So if you're really careful, you'll have this nice edge to your heart. Or whatever you decide to paint. So now I have a little pigment on there. It's a little easier to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep all the edges a little wet. And then the fun part is get some paint and you get to tap it in and watch it expand, and it's a little unpredictable, which makes it a little fun. So you can tap as much as you want and let these colors blend. I'm obviously choosing some valentine-y colors. Oh, my light is struggling. Okay, I'm going to let this one dry. to the side. And then we're going to do the same thing, except opposite. So instead of getting the inside of the heart wet, we're going to get the outside wet. This is playing with negative space. So on this one, the negative space is around the heart. On here, negative space around the heart. And then on this other one, the negative space, oh sorry, I said that weird. I said that backwards. I said that right. Sorry. The negative space is inside the heart on this one. And we're going to do the same thing where you come right up against the edge, and then your pigment won't spread anywhere except where you put the water. Just to be extra careful, I'm going to open this up so I don't get paint on the inside. We're just going to keep moving around the heart, trying to not ever let an edge dry until we get all the way around. So we're moving the water with us as we go, and then adding our paint. I'm going to do some darker purple just for fun. So once this is all dry, then we can erase the pencil line and just have our nice, clean looking heart. Of course, you could leave the pencil line if you wanted. I really like to see how the watercolors react to each other and blend when we use this wet paper technique. So really careful on the edges of the heart, and then we can be less careful around. And then again, while your card is wet, you can dab some colors in if you want, and let those blend. So I'll come back and show these to you once they're dry. Okay, so here they are, mostly dry. That one's still a little wet, but you can see the negative space on this card is around the card. The negative space here is inside. And now, if you wanted to, you could use some gel pens or a Posca paint pen and add some fun details around the outside. You could use a black pen on this one and do details on the inside or around the outside. Just make your own design. You could write Happy Valentine's Day, you could write I love you. Lots of ideas. I also wanted to show you these. I have this stencil set that would also be a really fun way to make cards. They're bigger, obviously. So you'd need to make your card a little bit bigger, or you could just do this on a flat paper. But they have lots of fun shapes. There's a dinosaur set, reptiles, all sorts of animals and insects and stuff that would be fun to make cards with. So I will link that if you want to get those for making these watercolor pictures with as well. Okay, I will see you next time.